Representing Great Britain and the national team, I always find it probably difficult to articulate fully the level of pride and the level of, I guess, enthusiasm I have for the role and for everybody who's involved in national team basketball, basketball on a whole in the country. It means everything to me. I said many years ago that, you know, if I was ever asked to be involved with the national team at any level, I was always make myself available, and that journey's been greater than 15 years for me. You know, working through the junior national team pathways from under 15s all the way up to being in the role that I'm in now. And yeah, there's nothing like it in the world. You know, when you get like-minded people together who get the chance to compete at the pinnacle at your sport, there's no feeling professionally like it in the world. And I think, you know, the passion that I demonstrate and the passion that we all carry, I think our group fully embodies that as well. I'd like to think that I'm a high-level communicator who can articulate what it means to play for the national team, how we want the national team to play. We talk about our DNA and our style of play, and I think, you know, we're really proud of how we achieve qualification for this competition. You know, to finish 4-2 and to be undefeated at home, and you know, statistically to rank first in a lot of categories that lend itself with playing the British way. You know, defensively, I think we were first in steals, first in blocks out of the 32 teams in qualification. You know, we believe in ball pressure, in high-level defensive identity. So I believe, you know, being able to communicate that vision and communicate those standards and, you know, hold everybody accountable to try and, make sure that that's the level of play that we want. I definitely think, you know, communication and relationships are at the forefront of what I believe as a coach. I'm exceptionally proud of that. Yeah, so going into this EuroBasket, the first one as head coach, there's definitely going to be some changes. You know, I've experienced what EuroBasket is like as an assistant coach. So, you know, there's definitely some changes in terms of probably what to expect. Probably a little bit less sleep, I think, for me when we get into the competition. But I think, you know, we've got to look at the positive prep and the campaign that we've got in front of us right now. And we've got to make sure that we're on our journey and on our timeline. And I think, you know, we had a range of performances in qualifying that's shown, one, we impose our style and our DNA onto the games, but we also found different ways how to win with contributions from a range of different people. I think our squad has got a really good combination of experience, a really good combination of some youth. We've got a incredible athleticism in our group, and I think defensively we shown over the qualifying period when we value that side of the ball and we play with the right level of intent, how dangerous we can be on the defensive side, and that obviously is the first phase into our transition offense. We always want to try and make sure that we keep everybody aligned and we keep everybody, you know, heading towards the same goal and trying to achieve the same goal. I feel that that's been a significant strength of ours in the windows. I'm really excited that I've got more time with the group and we can probably be going to a level of depth with that sometimes that we can't just because of the time parameters of the competition windows in season. So I'm really excited. We spend a lot of time working with the players on what our journeys are, what it means to put on a national team jersey. There'll be players who've, you know, been with me as a coach in some sort for 8 years. There'll be players who've been here longer than me. There's players who've been here maybe half of my tenure. And a lot of them will have heard similar messages from me about the pride and what it takes. And I think being able to, communicate and connect with people is something that we have to do, particularly in national team basketball. And we've got some exceptional human beings from the players, the performance staff, the coaching staff, really exceptional people who genuinely care and put everything that we can into this. So yeah, we talk about individual journeys, motivations, stories. We look to the past. We plan for the future, but we definitely try and live in the present and make sure that we control each and every day. we've spoke about big goals on this cycle, and we've kind of worked some of those goals into existence. We're going to play, in my mind, in one of the toughest basketball tournaments in the world. Up there with the Olympics and the World Cup. Obviously, the European region, has got a significant percentage of teams ranked in the top 25 internationally, obviously out of the European zone. So we understand the level of play that we're going to go into and how difficult that of a challenge that is. But every single time our group has been presented with a difficult challenge, we've faced the challenge and rose above it. So I am desperate, as I know our group is, for us to build our own legacy, for us to make sure that we do all that we possibly can to leave our mark on this tournament specifically, and hope if we do that, we continue to inspire and hopefully motivate not only our junior national team players, but players who are playing the game of a younger age up and down the United Kingdom.